I had a vision this morning, a very bizarre vision, and it was a vision of the bodies of those who were murdered concerning the Black Lives Matter issues and some of the things that happened over the past several years. And I just saw the bodies of individuals who were murdered by the cops. And this vision was very intense. It was very strong. And there were demon spirits. They were feeding off of the flesh of those individuals who died in the streets, of those individuals who were murdered. Obviously, they were terrible crimes that were committed by the hands of police. Some of them obviously were done recently. And I saw the bodies of those individuals laying in the streets, and I saw demon spirits feeding off of the flesh of those bodies. And I think this is significant because it's important that we understand that there's a work to do in the spirit concerning the issues with our nation and concerning the racial issues with our government and our nation and even in our world. And there's spiritual work to be done. But it's important that we're not responding in the flesh. I believe that the vision is to say that the enemy feeds off of what we do in the flesh. He feeds off of what we do in the flesh. And there's no profit in the flesh, but it's only causing more problems and more issues. It's important that as the church, that when these things happen, that we're not responding in the flesh. The enemy feeds off of that. But it's important that we are paying attention to what we are to do in the spirit. We're supposed to be doing our works based off of what God has called us to do. I believe that's a word for somebody. That might even be a word for a leader. But that we are paying attention, that we're called to do what God has called us to do. That our works should not be in our own efforts, but they should be in the efforts of as what the Spirit leads us to do within God's purposes, his plans and his pursuits, and not our own. So it's a very interesting thing